Voila, so we start.
Voilà. You speak a little bit of French?
If you want. Si tu veux, nous pouvons parler un peu en français. Je suis marocain, je parle pas très bien parce que je parle souvent le français de cette façon-là. Oui, j'ai oublié tous les mots. Tout ça.
Tu as appris le français à l'école, c'est ça?
Non, avec mon père, à la maison.
Ok. Tu parles très bien.
Non, je suis natif, si tu veux. Mais avec mon père, je parle italien. Des fois en français, des fois en anglais, des fois en italien, des fois, je sais pas, qu'est-ce que je dis? Voilà.
Okay,
tu veux faire
in English, in English, it's okay. It's just like my English is a little like dusty because I don't use it like every day, so but it's okay. In English,
tu veux faire en vidéo pour ton chaîne aussi, en français?
Non.
Ça peut être. C'est sûr?
Yes, yes. It's perfect.
Ça peut être joli, non?
Maybe I will share your video, it will be enough. For now, I really try to focus on the school and some other projects that I have. So,
where are you now? What are you doing?
What I'm doing now, focus on school, and I am a teacher.
No, yeah, but which project? Because I'm doing the course. So where are you now? In Fractal, Push Up, or?
As project in school, I am just at the first cycle, so I am just doing. I just finish get next line.
I'll get next line. All right.
It's really the beginning.
Yeah, you are in the beginning, but you are busy, as I understand. Really busy.
Yes, because it's difficult to work in the same time that doing a 42 school. And just right now, I decided to focus like really mainly on the school for 1 year. And the difficulty with that is if you don't have any money, you can't just focus on 42. Like you have to.
Yeah, fuck your money. Don't tell me.
But now I just got a solution about that, so I will just focus on the school for 1 year, I hope, and I hope it will be enough.
Oh, that's very interesting. You said that you are a teacher. You are a teacher regarding HTML, right? HTML, CSS, and Java, web development in general.
Web development, PHP, JavaScript, even WordPress.
So you know this stuff super well. You're a teacher. You understand super well. There is this common stereotype that if you know how to do web development, you're not a programmer, right? Which is stupid, I guess.
I don't know. There is so much stereotype in our field that I don't know all of them. But it's maybe I can understand. Sometimes it's I don't know. It can really be different than what we do in 42 school at the beginning. No, doing PHP or doing JavaScript is not the same as doing C or C++.
Oh my God, no. C is the real beast. We're going to talk today about this because C is really, if you tame C, you know how to program, in my opinion. You know everything, right? That's why we study in the school, the C programming language.
Yes, but it's like if you begin by C, it's like you want to start a video game by level 10. Sometimes it can be easier to begin by something easier and just go to C after a few, maybe years even.
Yeah, I can agree. For example, I started to learn how to code with Python, which Python is probably the most friendly language to start to learn. It's very easy compared to C, of course. But you don't understand nothing, essentially. What is going on underneath the hood, you don't understand. You just become a monkey programmer, in my opinion. I really like the 42 approach, like the PISCINE, when you're just, okay, you go. That's what you have to do. Try to do your best. If you cannot, you have to try harder. Well, I really like that approach. What do you think about that?
It depends on people because, yes, you have to be really, you have to know how to work alone or to learn really, really fast. And it's not easy for everyone. So I like the concept. And that's why I did it. I really like the concept, like to be in 1 month, like with a big thing to do and to be focused on that. But about what we do, maybe we can imagine like a piscine, a pool, but with a pool of Python to begin with. Maybe we can do that. It doesn't have to be C. maybe it would be easier for some people to begin with a PISCINE about Python and not C, because it can be really hard.
It can be, indeed, we have the screen which states "Don't panic," right?
Yes.
From the beginning, because it can be really, really scary. But long story short, let's start from the beginner. Every now and then I reach comments such as, "Hey, what the heck is this Cool 42? What are you talking about in your videos? What is this stuff that you do?" And I think that you are the best person in this to make this question, because you have a channel which I'll prompt everyone to follow. By the way, I have plenty of people that is following me from Maroc who speak French. The channel is in French, so Maroc people, you just go in the channel. I will leave the link in the description. And you have a vlog essentially where you explain day by day, kind of, right? What is going on in the PISCINE, which that's what I used to watch when I was seeking information about the school, because you can find anything online. So you are the first that I stumbled upon. And so you can tell the people, what is this Cool 42 about? What is the school? Is it a school, by the way?
Yes, it's a school. It's a school if you want to learn to be an architect in development, if you want to learn how to code. So 42 is a school, but with some particularity. The first one is there is no teacher. When you are in the school, there is no teacher. You have to learn how to do like peer-to-peer learning. And peer-to-peer is like you learn with your peers. That means with your friends and with other students. Okay, so how do we learn? It's just that we have projects and we have to success to give this to success to make the project. Okay, and but it's not the only particularity. Another one, it is that it's a free school. It's free, it's open to everyone, and everyone can go in the school. 42 doesn't ask for a degree, even some basic degrees, they ask for nothing. The only thing is that you have to prove that you have a lot of motivation, and you have to prove that the way 42 school works is okay for you. Okay, so how do they do that? It's you have 1 month, and you have to come for 1 month in the school every day. There is even some person who sleeps in the school. In my vlog, it's what I did. Okay, and in the school, what you do is every day you code. So if you come for 1 month in the school, it's okay. It checks that if you stay 1 month, it means you are really motivated, and with your results, the school can know if you can adapt to the way the school teach.
All right, so first and very big paradigm shift, you don't have teachers.
Yes.
So if you think school and you think you have a teacher that is grading you if you do correctly an exam or something, no, that's not the deal. The only big teacher maybe is the Moulinet, which is an algorithm that is correcting your code. And the real teachers, quote unquote teachers, are, as you said, the people with you that is coding with you, which are a little better than you, that can explain you something. For example, in my PISCINE, I was really weak. I didn't know anything. So I always find the person who is smarter than me. So you really need to be not shy, you know, in a sense. You have to be really open. You have to talk with people. If you are really shy, I think it's going to be tricky. What do you think of to pass to understand some concept all by yourself? You don't know anything. Probably not very simple.
Even if you are shy, you just need maybe 2 or 3 people like you are speaking with to have enough help. And you have, so there is something like, yes, we really need one another. It's like almost a cliche. It's like you really need the person in your right, but I don't think it's 100% true. Like you can success with internet. If you are smart enough, you can find information and answer to your questions. So if you are really, I don't know the word, autonome, comment on dit autonome? You know the word?
Self-independent, you can say.
Yes, if you are independent, you just need someone to help you like 5% of the time, and you can find that easily. And there is a Slack channel too. There is Slack channel in 42. In 42, there is Slack channel or Discord channel. And you can ask in the chat if you have a question, and other students can help. So if you don't speak that much, you can still find solution. I don't want people to think like if they are shy, the school is not made for them. Maybe it is.
Cool, perfect. Yeah, good point. That's a good point. So we have this first phase, which is the month of the piscine, right? When you have to do all your things, you have to pass your exercise. There are 12 chapters, if I correctly remember, 12 chapters of C. And initially you have not only C, but you have the shell. Mm-hmm. That was a mystery for me initially. I don't know about you. Well, did you know this stuff because you?
No, I was a teacher in web development, but I was not so familiar with the shell. So I learned a lot of things just from shell 01 and shell 02, shell 00 and shell 01. I learned a lot of things. Really, it was hard even for me. It's not that easy.
All right. So what we can suggest to people, to prepare to the piscine for the shell, maybe I can leave you some links in the description with some good material, but eventually you need to understand the command line pretty well, I guess. That's a prerequisite if you want to succeed, to be good on the piscine. I don't suggest you start this piscine totally from zero like I did. Essentially.
The administration of the school, they always say, don't prepare to the piscine, to the pool. You have nothing to do. Just come as you are and you will learn in school. That is an official thing to say, I can understand. But the truth is that the person in your right will prepare and the person in your left will prepare too. So if you can prepare, I think it's a good thing because there is like a shock in the brain when you never code and you start coding. There is a shock, and if you are prepared just to diminish this shock effect, you will leave the PC in the pool in a better way. So just don't try to prepare by trying to cheat, like to prepare by ask someone the subject or something. Really don't do that because it will spoil the experience. But go in the internet and say, I want to learn command line, and go in the internet and say, I want to learn C, and learn by yourself, and it will be the best way to prepare, I think. And maybe watch my blog.
Yeah, C and the shell. And by the way, you have some good sources that you would like to suggest. I know in French there is Open Classroom for C.
Open Classroom is
the best. Everything is for free. So if you speak, even in English, right, there is something, everything is translated, I guess, in Open Classroom.
I don't know if there is an English part in Open Classroom. So I can say I am in French. So.
All right, anyway. There is a lot of stuff. YouTube is a gold mine. Basically, everything you're going to learn in the school is from YouTube, personally speaking. So there's no problem. I would say, C, you have to learn the basics. What is programming in general, like variables, functions, and the stuff. Yes. They have to be clear. Otherwise, because you start very steep, there is a steep curve. You start very slow, 3-4 exercises, and then you have to print combo, for example. You have to make a nested while loop with many cases, which is, to me, it was impossible at the moment to understand. I really struggled. And you have all the solutions which are online already, are all the repositories with all the solutions, and you may be tempted to just, okay, what the fuck, I'm just
really speak about that, because it was a big issue, and there was a lot of conversation in the school about Git. So let's explain what is Git. Git is a place when you can you can store code. Okay, and some people on Git, they have all the answer to all the projects, and they are just available. You just have to go on internet, find them, and you have all the solution. It's really the thing to not do, I think. I don't know what you think about that.
Do not copy, you mean?
Do not even just go watch the solution.
Don't even go watch. Well, yeah. You see, like I'm a producer. I have my GitHub with this field with stuff. So I produce code. Maybe other people is watching. Personally, I would say.
I'm speaking about in the pool.
The pool, yeah.
In the pool, while the piscine, don't go on Git to find the solution.
Well, I would say you can go, but in my opinion, a strict rule would be just try to understand the overall algorithm, how the code works, and then try to reapply by yourself without copying, essentially, without being a copy paste, or just try to understand what you have to do. Maybe I think that reading other people's code is kind of useful, but essentially, like you were saying, at the end of the day, you need to create solutions by yourself. So probably that's the best approach.
Like,
anyway,
we have 1 month, only 1 month to learn really how to think as a programmer. If we don't get, like, we can have help. We can help with Google. We can help now with a little bit of ChatGPT, and we can have help from the other students. Okay, but if we want to learn to solve difficult problem, we start here. And if really we do everything without any help for the exam, it will be quite easy. But if we are used to Git, the problem is, like, we will try to, I don't know how to say in English, we will try to memorize,
which is not understanding
what we did before, and not build a new solution. And I think it's better for a programmer to, when you have a problem, don't just remember what was the solution was approximately and fix it, but really, like, do, okay, that's a problem, and I will build a new solution. And even if you have the same problem twice, you don't solve it exactly the same way, because it's brand new each time. And I think when you do that, you can, like, I know some person, they didn't go really far in the C. Like, I know someone who finished C04. So it's really nothing.
Hello. Yeah.
It's really like low level. But for the exam, like someone who works perfectly without any Git, the person gets a good grade for the exam. And she was admitted to 42. And some other person, they get to C11, but for the exam, the grades was not so good, and so it's a no for the school.
Yeah, we have to make a big disclaimer. They really don't care about your grades in the school. I don't know how the selection basically works, but it is not like you make everything correct, you get top grades at the exams taken, as Samir was saying. You have a different kind of selection that I don't know if anyone knows, because for us, I am in school in Raw now, nobody knows how it works. My PISCINE was a mess. I arrived to C06. Not exams were a regression, you know. I have good grades in the first, the second low, the third lower, and so forth. So not very good, but I was staring at the screen all day long, basically, like like you, I guess. And yeah, I was taken. So you should not focus on passing exams, not understanding. That's what you're trying to say, I guess, right?
Yes, just like play the 42 games. And the 42 games is you are here to progress, to learn what you have to learn, and not just to give answers that you found on the internet. Play the game, and eventually you will be accepted. And 42, it's like big data. They have a lot of data on us. So they mix all of that, and we don't know how they choose.
How it works. We say that probably it's a combination of screen time and the way you relate to your colleagues, because, you know, at the end they say, who is the person that helped you the most, I guess, even in your school, in all 42. And well, probably a mixture of that. And they understand if you copy the code, essentially, from GitHub, probably. I don't know. If you do a Git clone of all the exercises, you're lost, probably.
Yes, I think that really they have smart way to detect if you are not predicting your code yourself.
Yeah, like you said, if there is a big mismatch between your exercises and the exams, in the exams you cannot watch GitHub, of course. You are alone, you have to resolve this up. If there is a big mismatch, it's pretty obvious that you just copied all the things. So
let's answer a question. How much hour do we have to stay like in the school for a day.
Well,
What
during
do
the
you think?
piscine, I would say 24/7. You have to sleep. Basically, you slept there, right? In French, you can sleep in the place.
Yes, I did, but it doesn't mean that I was working for 24 hours a day.
No, obviously, you cannot. After a certain period, your brain is broken.
Yes, yes, that's it. So what do you think? How much hour?
Well, like now, I can concentrate like in chunks of 4 hours maximum. Like
Okay.
I have a big chunk in the morning, which is 4 hours. Then in the afternoon, after a good pause, I can work 4 hours. But it is like, do you know the Pomodoro technique?
Yes, Pomodoro.
Pomodoro, that fucking Pomodoro is is the way to go. You just type something, then you walk a little bit, you speak with, and then you repeat. It's like micro sessions that you do because it is really tiring to write code. It's like going to the gym in a way, right? What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is like you don't have to work like 11 hours, 12 hours a day. I saw some people do that, like work 12 hours a day, but after a few days they just break and they can't work for 1 day or 2 days. So it's basically the same. My advice is like just doing a regular day. Like if we code for 8 hours a day, 7, 8 hours a day, it's really good enough. But the question is, for these 7, 8 hours a day, are we really focused? I will tell a story a bit funny. When I was in the pool, I had a group of friends, and it was really fun to be with them, and we were really close because it was a team that like it was a night team.
Mhm.
So we stayed together in a way. And one of my friends asked to me, "Why are you not with us in the morning? You are with us like when we go code in the afternoon, late in the afternoon, maybe in the evening, you are with us. But in the morning, like you go somewhere else and we don't see you at all." And I answer, it's because with you, I can't work properly. I can't be focused on my code because it's very good to be together. So we speak, we joke, and we help each other and everything. It's really good to help each other. It's a good thing, but not all day long. I like to be really almost 100% alone for 3 hours, 4 hours a day in the morning, like maybe 9 to 1 p.m. I stay focused alone and I code alone. And after, in the afternoon, I go to speak to some people, say what was my problems, and I liked a lot to help other people, so I could do that. But really, every day, 3 or 4 hours focus alone, for me, it really does matter.
So you do that in the school, not by yourself at home.
Yes, in the school.
Okay, so for example, I like to be alone at home because I know if I go to the school, it's going to become a mambo jumbo. Everyone is start to speak, a joke here, a joke there.
Yes.
Game done. I cannot concentrate. Yeah.
It's less quality work. And I think one of my best friend, he didn't succeed the piscine, but he was working 9 hours a day. But it was not enough because he was always with his friends. And he realized that when I explained that to him, but it was too late because it was last week.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I understand you because when you are in the cluster, there is a lot of noise. It's really, in my opinion, that's really easy to get distracted from people, from the sound. It's really hard to stay really focused, like you're saying.
And you have
So
the illusion. You have the illusion that you are doing progress because you are coding, but
yeah,
naturally because you speak to someone and you come back and everything, and it's not really.
so
If you are not focused, it's not so much quality. So at least 3 hours, 4 hours, really focus, and after
yeah,
you
as you say, at a certain point, you have progress which is not anymore tied to time. You have 10 hours of time, but it's just empty screen time. That it is
yes,
not progress. You have a really peak initially, and then so for example, now with the cursus, I rarely go to the school. I just do a lot of coding by myself at home, and basically they all my friends are joking with me that I go on the school only to push.
yes.
That's kind of true. The only thing is that you need evaluation points that for me are kind of gold. It's like Bitcoin, because you need to be in school, right? You need to be in school to correct all the people. And if there was not for evaluation points, I don't know if now I was going to the school, frankly. What do you think?
It's useful to go in school, like if you when you need help, you can have help, and if you are here, you can help other people. So it's really good thing to go. It's really a good thing to go in school. But if you are really like independent and you can code alone and you just need some help sometimes, you can stay home and just come to school to push. It's okay.
To push, yeah.
Push.
I'm
Yes.
I'm that kind of a person, yes. But it's true, when you get stuck in a point, it's really difficult. Sometimes you spend like, let's say that generally speaking, you spend 80% of the time debugging.
Yes, debugging.
Debugging. You write the code, that's only the little first step. Like you can stare at the screen one day long and you find a little tiny bug here and there that were cracking your code, and you become crazy, especially with C. So it's really, in that sense, it's really useful being around people who maybe already did that kind of exercise or really understand well the language, so they can really immediately say, for example, one time happened to me, that you cannot dereference a null pointer. As stupid as that.
Yes.
You cannot dereference a null pointer, easy. But I was like making a test to a null pointer to check, all right, is in this, okay, this is technical stuff, but anyway, all my bug was just a dereferencing of a null pointer. It took 1 day to me to understand. Like a dude that already did this exercise was like, here's the bug. Like, you see that one?
It's people can help. So
sure.
It's really, don't stay 3 days with a problem without asking for help. You can be stupid about time, because sometimes we just don't know, and even if we try, it just too hard. But don't have help too soon. Like stay 1 hour, maybe 2 hours with a bug, and after ask a person to help. And this way, the answer will really go in.
Yeah, you really have to pay your bills, as we say,
Yes.
right? You have to.
Yes, I like that.
Because,
to pay your
yeah,
bill,
because
the answer.
Because otherwise you won't remember. If you
Yes.
immediately ask for help, you won't. Okay, the solution is there, but you didn't quite understand why.
Yes, not deeply.
Understanding deeply, yeah, because you have to suffer. There is this famous writer, which is Nassim Taleb. I don't know if you know Nassim Taleb, Black Swan.
No,
He's a writer. Okay, he has this sentence that you only learn through hormones. Basically, you learn only when there is a big emotion, like stress. Stress is a big emotion. If you are in pain when you don't find the bug, I would say it's like mental pain. I don't know what it's your opinion. It's really dramatic sometimes. And when you pass through that and you find the solution, you memorize. That's like, okay, I found the solution. It's like making a PR in the gym. It's like, I made it. All right, now that's mine. That's my knowledge.
Something you have to. It's something we have to say to people if they never code, if they are not used to code, when they will be in the pool, in the piscine, they will feel like really depressing states sometimes. Sometimes, like when you code, there is a sentence we say, a citation we say, when you code, either you feel like shit, either you feel like God.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and sometimes it will be so hard, and everything will think, okay, it's not done for me. I am really bad, and all my life is done. And I am a big shit, and everyone thinks that one moment or another. Even the first one in the pool, even that guy thinks sometimes, I'm really, I shouldn't be here. I'm so bad. I'm so shit. And so we have to warn people, because if they know it's normal, it will be easier to pass that.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna be like, I always tell to people, like, be me. I passed the PISCINE and I was zero. I was zero. For me, the computer is the place where you go to Facebook and stuff. That's the computer. I started like that. You can understand that it's a real trauma to start like from that position. So you can do that. If I did, you can. And of course, listen to Samir, you have to struggle. You have like to be, to cry, to start to cry. You don't understand nothing and you have to be there. That's normal. That's the design of the course, by the way. The course is not designed to be passed, in my opinion. They want you to fail. They want you to see how much you can resist, in my opinion. That's not about passing. That's about how much you can really resist, which is the world of startups. That's the world of capitalism. That eventually you will become a startupper. I don't know what's your plan after the school, but you enter in a world which is really, really tough, right? The world of startups. And there is a very marvelous quote by Elon Musk that says like, making a startup is like eating glass and staring into the abyss, you know?
I mean, there's a friend of mine who's got a good phrase for doing a startup. It's like eating glass and staring into the abyss.
Eating less is
eating glass and staring into the abyss. It doesn't mean anything per se, but it's like it's really tough to make a startup and make it live.
yes.
Much more difficult than the PISCINE, I guess.
Yes, but everyone doesn't have to be like that. So much focus.
Sure.
Like there is a word for Musk and exceptional people like that, but more usual person can be a good developer. They just, if they work 7 hours a day and they are really, really focused for 3-4 hours, is really enough for everyone. And it will be one of the challenge of the 42 school, not while the pool, but after the pool, it is like we have to manage ourselves. Okay, we have to do the project, but don't push ourselves too hard, because if we do that, we just fail and feel really bad and can't success the school. I know some person who stay maybe 1 year in the school and after they felt bad because someone said to me literally yesterday, I stayed in the school for 1 year and I was not okay with the school because they forced us to work too hard. I say, what? Not really, because you have the day, you work the way you want. I don't understand. But you know, it was his way to live, to be in the school. And some other persons say, I failed for teacher school because they didn't ask me to work.
Yeah.
So it's really about ourselves. It's in which way will we manage ourselves? And sure, we have to try to not be in the extreme. Like Musk is really good, but if we go like, I will work every day and I will do all the school in only 6 months because I think I can do it, and after it will be done. And it's okay if we do that. We do that for 2 months and we failed and we don't work for 2 months. So it's not a good idea. Like it's better to be like, just, okay, I will work in a regular basis, few hours a day, or I don't know, the way you want, because it's really something personal.
Yeah, I agree on that point. Yeah, now with Elon Musk, of course, I have extremized the example. That's that peak performance of engineering model. He has is like you should work every waking hour, in his opinion. So, of course, extreme people get extreme results. That's a fact. He's showing that. In school, I would say for people watching, it's really tough. It's not an easy school. Projects are difficult to tame. Once you pass the PISCINE, if you manage to, now you get into the discipline arena, right? Like you're saying, you have to be, you decide. Nobody's telling you anything. You have a deadline, of course. You have the black hole, which is like a period of time that you have to respect, but that's on you. You can stay 1 week without working and you can work 18 hours a day. It's on you, right?
Yes, we say like the pool, the PISCINE is a sprint.
It's a sprint, yeah.
And we say like to be in the school, it's a marathon.
Yeah, it's a marathon, but I have to tell you, it's really, I was expecting difficulties, but there is a lot that you have to digest when you do the projects. Like you have to understand really deeply how the machine works, what you are doing. You cannot have a shallow understanding. You have really to dig down. You need time to be, for example, to recreate the printf. You did that, right?
I did it.
You need time. It's not like
Yes, and this
like that.
project is a little bit special because it's the first one in the school, like where you have to handle alone a full project in a way. Because when you do the first project like a libft, it just it's not a full project. It's just one part and another part and another part and another part. One function, another function, another function, and another one. But here you have a project, something you have to do, and yes, just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Just do it your way.
Okay, you know the printf, you know the hello world, you do it.
It'd be funny if we compare our code, your code, and my code for printf. It will be so different. I'm sure it will be incredibly different. But if we go on libft and we compare some function or some other, it will be almost the same.
I agree. I agree.
But
that's a good point.
If you want one day, what we can do together, it's take 30 minutes, 15 minutes on your code on printf, and 15 minutes on my code on printf. And we will see how much it's different just by explaining. And we'll see like, yes, it's really, coding is a heart.
It's far. Yeah, because basically I like to say that it is just a crystallization of your mind. It's like you put into a language that the computer can understand your mind. That's why an artificial intelligence cannot really, if an artificial intelligence like ChatGPT, which is amazing, by the way, can really code and uncopy patterns from the internet, it's end the game. If we reach that level of intelligence, it's end game for everyone, I guess, because coding is really, like you say, an art. It's like an extension of your brain coded into C, into Python, in whichever language you want.
What do you answer to people who say, like, who are afraid of AI? Like,
which people? Tech people or random people? You know that in Italy is banned.
Yes, I heard that. It's so strange.
Yeah. In Italy, we cannot use.
What do you think about the fact that it's banned?
Well, I think that politicians don't know what is a VPN.
Yes.
That's so stupid. That's so stupid. I don't know why they think that a law like that should work. That doesn't make any point because, or we stop everyone in the world. Okay, artificial intelligence is a damage for civilization, as you want. Like Elon Musk is saying that this can be worse than nuclear power or something. It's gonna be super bad. Artificial intelligence, I don't know, frankly. But stopping only in Italy, it's like bullshit. What's your opinion on that? I mean, what's the point?
100% bullshit.
You know, politicians in Italy, it's like Berlusconi and Bunga Bunga. It's not very, we're not famous for policy. Let's say like that.
If I say it's bullshit, am I in danger or it's okay?
Yeah, super. Okay, you can, you're allowed. You can say whatever.
Okay, no, I think it would change nothing. But the original question is for students who, really new students who just begin, because I have students like it's a first day of coding. I am a teacher, and I do that first day. I am the teacher, and they ask me really quick. They ask me, ChatGPT, is it gonna steal our job? Maybe I am starting to learn to code for nothing. What do you answer?
Like at today's state, so we are at ChatGPT 4. Have you tried ChatGPT 4 or 3.5?
I just watched some video about it, but didn't try the fourth version myself.
Yeah, because you need a subscription with ChatGPT 4, 20 euro per month, which is quite money already. So ChatGPT 4 is 40.
It's not 40. I think it's 40.
It's 40. Worse. I thought it was 20, but anyway, because I tried once, it's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. Anyway, let's understand better what is this tool. It's just pattern recognition, right? It's just scraping all the databases of the internet, scraping coding. It doesn't really understand what it's doing.
But it's doing the job.
It's doing the job, but it cannot create Facebook from scratch, for example, because you need Mark Zuckerberg to get the idea of creating the software for people. You get the point. Creativity is still a thing. Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
Creativity, yes.
Creativity is the last frontier. If we have an artificial intelligence that it can create from scratch new knowledge, like calculus from Newton, or can create Maxwell equations, or can really create something that wasn't previously in some database.
Yes, but one developer can code really more quickly, or just can say, I want a function who does that, and it's done. And after I want a function who does that, and it's done. And after I need that. So one developer can now do the job of 5 developers. So it means that in the future, we will not have jobs for everyone. What do you think? I am advocate to Devila.
You're talking about leverage, not stealing jobs. The best developers will be the only developers. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Yes, good.
That's the point. Yeah. You know, first point, there is not a finite amount of works in the world. So being a YouTuber wasn't a thing 10 years ago, right? Do you agree? Today, you can do videos and get money from that. Developers. First of all, we can niche down in some areas. Everyone can be really specialized in its area. And of course, you have to be very good. The stakes are going to be higher and higher, because with artificial intelligence, if you know to code, if you know to prompt this tool, if you know software engineering in general, you have a massive lever that can really boost 10x your work. We agree on that. If you're very good, you become super productive with artificial intelligence. And if you are a bad programmer, that essentially a bot can replace you, well, probably it's going to steal your job. What do you think?
No, that's it. I say to the student 2 things, like it means that you have to be an expert about something.
Yeah.
It means now you have to be really an expert, not just doing a regular and simple thing. You have to be an expert in something, anything, but you have to be an expert. So maybe it will be just a little bit longer, but everyone can do it. So don't be afraid. You will be an expert on something, and you will find job, I think. And
yeah, of course.
And the other thing I say is ChatGPT is going to change the world, not only in IT, everywhere. And I say it's ChatGPT, if AI is going to change the world, okay, you want to be in the team who change the world, not in the other team. So come with us in IT. It will be better than to be in some other field who, yes, will be maybe 100% replaced.
Yes, I agree. We have opened the Pandora box, Now artificial intelligence is going to come. You want or you don't want, you ban or you don't ban, it's here. I guess in 10 years time, the world is going to be very, very different.
Yes, we can predict.
We can't predict. Maybe it's going to be third world war and by everyone, but that's another story. But I see a really steep increase in this tool. Everything is becoming artificial intelligence style, right? You saw all the applications do you use Notion?
Yes.
Have you seen Notion AI now? It's pretty cool.
Yes, it's incredible.
Just pretend that in the future we have tools that are able to make films from scratch, like Stable Diffusion. Have you seen the image that is capable of doing?
Mm-hmm.
They are amazing, right?
Yes,
they are perfect. Designers are basically already out of the game, right? And video makers, so if you can make tools that can create videos from scratch, pretty well done.
I think if IT is going to change the world, stay in IT.
Yeah.
That's it.
Probably that's a good point. So, School 42 is a good bridge to this world.
Let's come back to the school. Do you advise people to do the pool, even if they are not sure they want to become programmers?
Oh, that's a good question. Even if they're not sure. So just they stumble in a video like that and they say, okay, that might be interesting, but I really don't want to be a programmer, something like that. Something sparks PISCINE science school, but I really don't want to be a programmer. That's the question.
The question is they don't know if they are interested in coding or not. Should they try the pool?
I think you really need to like computers if you do something like that. If you are really total zero and you don't know, well, you can try. There is a test online beforehand. We haven't talked about that.
No.
Right?
Yes, we didn't spoke about that. There is nothing more to say, just a game. We have to prove our motivation staying 2 hours in the game, and we have to prove that we are able to pass some levels. And after it's a yes, you can go to the school.
Well, that's already a good filter. First filter if your logic braid works properly, and then I would say, yeah, just 1 month, just try, even just for a personal experience. Yeah, why not? You can have a
Yes, it's
a taster.
one really intense month, and you will learn a lot from about yourself. Like if you go there, and it's free.
It's free. It's free. It's
Free.
free. Yeah,
You
that's
have
amazing.
1 month of lessons for free from the school. Just take it. Just take it. It's great. You don't know if if you are gonna go in the school after. Just take it. I know someone who did the pool, was not admitted in the school, and did really something else, not about IT. But he says to me, I don't regret, because I learned a lot of things about how to think about things, about how to organize myself. I learned a lot of things, so I don't regret. And even if you are not sure you want to do the full month, yes, just go in the school, do the beginning, and after a few days, if you don't like it, just leave. Nobody forced you to stay. Like, it's just, you have no risk. Just go, try. If you like it, good. If you don't like it, leave. It's really simple.
Yeah, maybe something will spark in your mind once you are in that position. Yeah, of course, there is plenty of schools. In France, how many are there? In Paris, in Nice, I guess.
Paris, Nice, yes. I have a twin sister.
You have a twin sister.
I have a twin sister. My name is Samir, and her name is Samia. So it's really, really close. And so she tried to copy me. So as I did 42 school in Paris, she did 42 school in Nice.
Ah, nice.
And
Okay.
as she wants to copy me, she did a little vlog about it. So if some girls want to know what it is like to be a girl and to be in 42 school, and my sister, like, she didn't know that, she knew nothing about coding, but me, I knew how to code the basics. So it's a different experience. I will give you the link of what my
Sure.
sister did. And to answer your question, I don't know exactly, but there is maybe 7 or 8 42 in France.
Oh, really? That's a big thing. Indeed, it was born in Paris, I guess, from
Yes, from Xavier Niel.
Chavigny. Yeah, the dude, amazing, that dude. I don't know about him, but it must be a very smart person, right?
Probably, I don't know. I never met him.
To make something a school which is for free for everyone without teachers is like it's breaking the paradigm of teaching. So I would say, Samir, we can. What is your big suggestion before jumping into this history of coding? What is, if you start from zero like today, okay? You say, okay, School 42 can be a nice experience. I would like to try to code, to be a programmer. You just saw this video, you just saw this podcast. Where would you like to start? Classroom to study C?
First, we really have to understand that 42 is not the only way to become a developer. Okay, there is a lot of other school in 3 or 5 years, but there is even some school like who just like it's maybe 1 year of study, and after you go to work, and after you can do another year in another school. There is a lot of way to learn, and I say that because really the way 42 teach, it's not done for everyone. Some people in the school, they don't succeed, they feel bad in the school. I think we can speak about that. Just in 1 month in the school, I had in front of me maybe 7 people crying. Okay, people crying. I don't know, maybe because I'm a good listener, so people speak to me and after they cry, I don't know. But just to say, it's usual to feel bad. And sometimes this way to teach is just not done. First, if you have children, you can do the school if you have children, but maybe it's harder. Okay, so you can go in other school. It's not a problem. There is other way to learn. It can be so hard that I don't want people who failed in pool. I don't want them to think that it means IT is not done for them. Okay, in my students, I can say that some of them, if they were in the pool, maybe they will not succeed. But in my class, they are really good students and they are good developer. Okay, so first, 42 is not the only solution. And the first step to do is try to learn by ourselves. If you do that school, or that school, first go on internet and try to learn something. Really anything. It doesn't matter. It's not like it's better to learn that or that. No, begin by HTML, CSS. Begin by Python. Python is really good. Begin by JavaScript if you want, but better to have done HTML, CSS before. Begin by what you want really, and after you just go on internet and you found a lesson. You can pay if you want, but there is a lot of things who are free. And you can just use a free thing, but maybe if you want some people to help you, you can go on Udemy. You know Udemy?
Of course I know.
Yes, there is a lot of paid courses that you can take if you want. Just go alone and begin, and you will know if you like it or not. If you like it, found a school. 42, another one. Found a school, just try. If you don't like it, you can go somewhere else.
Obviously, yeah. But I mean, in practical terms, Samir, for example, I paved my path, how I did learn my things, for essentially, practically speaking, because every now and then people ask me, how did you learn how to code? Because I come from I have a degree on sports science, so I started really from zero. I don't know anything.
Science.
Yeah, I'm a personal trainer.
Oh.
I'm not a software engineer. So people is like kind of shocked, quote unquote, shocked that I can code pretty well. And I have, like, in my Twitter, a thread in which I say, okay, you start from here, then you go there, then you go there, then you go there. Basically, I do all the levels of abstraction. I like to start from computer architecture. You understand what is the RAM, what is the CPU, basic ideas, right? Because that's what you need to understand. If you don't understand what is a computer, where do you go? And then from there, we raise a little bit, we go to assembly, then we go to C, then we go to Python, then we go up until your application. Well, I like this approach where you know, computer science is like a big chunk of ideas. You start from electrons moving around, bits on and off, and we reach your video that you're now seeing, right, on YouTube. There is a big gap. Going from here to there, this stuff we call abstraction, right? And I think that you have to understand a little bit from everywhere. In my opinion, that's how I learned, because when you are dealing with pointers, what you're really doing, you're finding for a specific cell in a memory. So you need really to understand what is a byte, how the RAM is made, why you have 4 gigabytes, 8 gigabytes, why is that?
All information is stored.
Everything, yeah, I would say. I will leave some links in the description. Everything, of course, is for free. I think that everything should be free online. The internet is amazing, and if someone wants something really specific, I agree with Samir. You just have to study everything, understand the computer software ecosystem. What is computer engineering in general? That's a good point to start. And yeah, I will give something much more specific in the comments. Oh, we said everything. Basically, you have this month, then you pass, and then you into the cursus. Now we are into the cursus, me and Samir. So we are basically waiting for suggestions. We cannot give suggestions how to pass these projects. Basically, now I'm doing Fractal. You will stumble upon very soon, Samir. You know, it's a project that you have to work with fractals, which are a new idea that complex math. I don't know what is complex math until 2 weeks ago. So every time you need to refresh. And that's really the point of programming, because every now and then you have a new technology that is going out. You have artificial intelligence that is coming out. So every time you need to learn, you never end. It's like an infinite cycle, right? When you become a developer, I think the core skill you need to master is the ability to learn very fast. What do you think, Samir? That's the meta skill, which really is the most important.
Okay, yes. We really have to learn how to learn, and to learn really quickly. We have to adapt. Like, for example, from my student, when they ask me, where should I click? Should I click here or here? I say, I don't like that question. Okay, so I don't like, it's not the way we think. We think like, you should call me and say, okay, I wanted to do that, but that didn't work on it. This way we can speak. Okay, we really have to be independent in the way we learn. If we discover something new, we have to be independent and try stuff, and after ask a lot of questions.
Being a teacher, what is your approach to teach, essentially, when a kid would like to be, oh, dear Samir, I would like to be a web developer? How do you start? What's your approach?
I have a lot of students who are they are adults, okay, and they want basically to become IT developer because life is hard and they want to have a good money and good situation.
Obviously.
Okay, let's be clear about that, and it's totally normal. And so they want to learn development for that. So they want to be effective and going to work really, really fast.
Sure.
So I don't think we always have to understand what is happening inside of computer. It's like I use my laundry machine. I don't know how it works inside, but I know how to use it. So you can learn HTML, CSS. You can learn JavaScript. You can learn maybe Node.js, maybe PHP, maybe a Ruby, something for the back, something for the front first, after something for the back with SQL.
Sure.
Sure. And after you learn like a framework like a React or Angular, something like that. And just after that, maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, you know enough to maybe going to work, even if in the work, like you will have to learn a lot of things. I know some people really like who studied for 3 months. They did 3 months of internship, and after they got a contract, CDI, I don't know how to say, indeterminate contract with good salary really fast. It's not for everyone, but if you really focus and found good school, it can be fast in less than 1 year. But after 1 year, it's not enough. You can have a job, you can do freelance, but you have to continue to train yourself to still improve. And after a few years, you feel like a developer. After 1 year, you can't feel really like a good developer, but after a few years, like in companies, we feel good.
No, yeah, I totally understand. But what I was trying to ask you is your approach is like you have a frontal lesson like in university. Basically, you just say, okay, this is HTML, hyper text link marked up, I don't know, HTML, and these are the tags that you can you do a list, you explain how it works.
I just come and I like improvisation, so I do local improvisation, and I just sit and I say, okay, let's create a small website together. So
project based.
Yes, project based, and I do a project, and I do mistakes intentionally, like for them to correct me all the time, and this way they can't just sleep in my lessons. They are not sleeping because they are focused, because I say, okay, I want to do that. How do I do? And it's them. They say, maybe that, maybe that, maybe that. And I say, okay, I can take that one, but it didn't work. Why it didn't work? And someone say, oh, it's because you forgot that. And it's that way we learn. That way they are really, they are invest in the way they learn. They don't want, they can't sleep in my lessons. They have to be
not like in university that you go in class but you don't remember anything once it's finished. And project based, of course, because another important thing, coding is when you type stuff. If you watch a video, it's not coding. For me, that's how it works. If you watch a tutorial, that's not coding. You get only information, but coding is when you close everything and you start to type.
Yes. Right? And you can have the illusion that you are learning something when you read or when you watch a video. You have the illusion you learn, but the minute I ask you, okay, can you do it? No,
not really.
Not really. So we have to have a computer in front of us and to code at the same time. And I give a lot of exercise for them to really understand and learn in a practical way.
But you have a course do you have a course, or do you just do only live stuff? You don't have like a Udemy course, HTML for beginners or something?
I have a HTML course, but it's not 100% ready. I will it's for later.
You will do. Perfect. Marvelous. In French, I guess.
I did it, but it's ready with video, with a lot of things. I have a HTML course and I like it, but as I'm focused on 42, it's a side for now. Sure. But later I will show it to people.
In YouTube channel or in Coursera, Udemy or stuff? What's your plan?
In YouTube, probably.
YouTube. Marvelous. So guys, you have another reason to go in his channel. All right, Samir, I think that's it, right? We have covered a lot of stuff.
Yes, it's a lot. I am a little bit tired now.
Yeah. All right, so thank you very much. We have to do the printf comparison video maybe in the future.
Yes, I think it's a good idea. If one day you want, like, I think it will be interesting, and you have to know that my printf is really, really strange.
What do you mean? You make little strange functions or string combinations?
I used
recursion everywhere.
No. I use a little bit of recursion now you mention it, but I use how is it called? Chain list chaînée.
Chained list. Yes. Linked list.
Yes, I use chain list, and I use pointer on function. Bro. And I really didn't.
Sadomaso guy.
Yes, I shouldn't have done that, but I wanted to master that, so I did it, and it was really stupid, but I learned a lot of it for a lot of things.
You know, with get next line, you're using a linked list. You have to use them, so you're super skilled now.
Yes.
All right, so let's see you on the next video, and thank you for being here, Samir. It was a pleasure.